Joining me today is Carol Lighthall, the Executive Director of Springfield on the Move. So Carol, we were talking about the strategic plan.
Yes.
And there were a number of components that had to be in the strategic plan as part of the downtown. You know, I'm sure that's part of the regulations from Vermont. So can you just refresh my memory? What were those elements?
So there is 4 main committees for the National Main Street model that need to be a part of our plan as a downtown revitalization organization in Vermont: design, promotion, economic development, and organization. And so for a strategic plan, it meant some of the key components that were included was to establish a building facade program.
And that was under the design component. So
that's under the design component.
So the town really had a look. Is that?
Yes, correct. And so we wrote grants. We did a couple of really big fundraisers. We created 24 improvement designs working with property owners for buildings in downtown. Since that time, we've worked to implement the designs, working with property owners. We did things like planned a farmer's market, and this summer we'll have its 6th season, growing at about 20% in sales each season. And so that's been really positive. We've done an annual downtown open house. So if there were vacancies in downtown, we would highlight those. We would have listing sheets, kind of like a real estate person would do. Same kind of idea.
And that's part of the promotional component of what?
That's right. Well, it's kind of part of the economic development component, but it's a little bit of promotion too. And then we wanted to have a signature event for downtown, and that became Market Madness Street Fair. Usually that's on Labor Day weekend, this year, September 5th. And so that's a nice family-friendly event. And so it's a lot about creating a positive environment, so the kinds of things we want to have happen in our community are more likely to occur.
So can I focus a little bit more on the economic development component? Sure. How hard is it to attract businesses to a downtown? I mean, Springfield's a relatively large place, but it's not a huge metropolitan area. You know, how hard is it to attract businesses? And I guess the other thing is, what's the connection between the businesses that are there, and is it like tourism? Is it also to attract people to live downtown? What are the relationships there?
So it's, as you point out, it's not a yes or no answer. It's both easy and extremely difficult to attract business. The basic recipe is to look at your community with fresh eyes, to notice the assets, to notice what is really positive about your community, and leverage those kind of things through marketing. Know what fits in to your downtown. Know what the community wants. Know what other businesses in downtown want to see as well. So we've done a fair amount of surveying to understand kind of those needs. And above all, just, you know, the analogy I think of a lot is if someone is coming to my house, if I have guests, I'm going to pull out the vacuum cleaner, I'm going to dust the furniture, I'm probably going to make something good to eat, and I'll pour some wine. And so to make that an analogy for a community, I think is the goal.
And so you've been with SOM for about 5 years?
Correct, just over.
So what are the businesses that you've been able to pull into Springfield in that time?
And so our focus is downtown, and we have partners like the Springfield Regional Chamber of Commerce, Springfield Regional Development Corporation, and so we work in conjunction with them, but specifically on Main Street. And this was some of the challenges we face if the buildings truly are not ready for occupancy. Then we need to work with the property owner, if that's possible, to get the building up to speed. we have a property owner that owns a couple of buildings, and after about a year of a lot of discussion and hard work, we brought in a bakery at 1 Main Street, and it's a huge hit. We knew our community wanted a bakery from the surveying we've done. Chinese massage has been a business in the past. Barrett Valley Real Estate on the corner, and the interesting thing there was the owner of that real estate company came to an annual meeting and came to see me afterward and said, I'd like to get involved in downtown. She came to my office and was admiring the office, and I invited her to come downtown, and she liked the space we were in, so we moved, and we were Springfield on the move 2 weeks later into another spot. So that's the way that works.
That's great. We're out of time in this segment.
Sure.